Hi, everyone. Welcome to Grow Big TV. It's so good to see everybody. Everybody's going to start coming on. And now, Courtney might be a little late. She's having internet problems. Yeah, we have those kind of situations. So, if she gets the internet back, she'll be on. If not, well, she's trying. She's trying. She lost power, and she's been a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and she's been having problems since. So, but she's trying. She's very annoyed, but she's trying. Welcome in Jennifer Ocean Homestead, Susan Goulet. Welcome in Gail Southern Living, Milk and Honey Heritage Farm. Welcome in, guys. There's 6 people just starting to enter the chat. So I'm going to go to our quick video, which is the 6 inches of soil. And here.
6 inches of soil feeds 8 billion people.
We already grow enough of all the human essential nutrients to feed everyone who's alive.
Farming is the single biggest cause of biodiversity collapse, the second biggest cause of climate change.
Soil is the most valuable resource on the planet, and we're degrading it without even realizing.
We have come to believe that money is more important than soil. That idea has to change.
Regenerative agriculture is farming that we're producing food, but also farming in harmony with nature.
You're working with nature, not against it.
The more people see it, the more that they realise that it works.
Having a regenerative agroecological system, that is surely the solution.
Soils are absolutely phenomenal in the amount of carbon they can store.
What we absolutely need now is urgent action from the government.
Until you deal with 9 retailers who have 94.5% of food sales in Britain, you're not going to have a level playing field.
Consumers have a choice. They can decide to buy cheap meat from industrial farms, or they can find farmers that really value animal welfare and the environment that we're farming in.
Dad started regen farming for the future generations to come, and that was the most selfless act he could have done.
The people who are doing this are making big sacrifices.
I think the potential is absolutely huge here.
These farms really can change the world.
It's all about the soil, isn't it, really?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Awesome. So, hope you guys can start checking out all these videos that are being made, a lot of garden videos, because a lot of crazy things going out in the world, and people are trying to do things. Farmers are starting to do things. Countries are starting to do things instead of everything with glyphosate and all the chemicals, because we're finding out it's killing our soil, guys. It's killing our soil, and there's no soil. You know, we're in our last inch of soil, so we're killing the soil. There's not going to be any life. Just like we're killing the bees, and we're killing the ocean where it's more acidic. Well, people are starting to take notice finally and starting to make that change. And hopefully you guys can start spreading things out yourselves and watch this and show friends and show that we need to change our ways. We need to change our mindset. So for those that just came on in, Corky right now is she has no internet. So she's trying to do everything she can to get here. So we have memberships, and $2.99 a biochar club, the $4.99 the Boom Club, $9.99 the Grow Big Club, and $19.99 the Master Gardeners Club. So we have memberships, and right now we also have a sort of a special. And what it is, if you do pay for a year's worth for a membership, let me see, and do a Venmo or a PayPal of any level, you either get that prize right away, where you either get like My Gardener seeds or Mary's Heirloom seeds. If you're a biochar level or higher up, then you get fertilizer and things like that in My Gardener, which is pretty cool. So The only thing it is you if it's $2.99. Jersey Twister just did this, and she's going to get seeds right from the start and right after. So it's like a double doer. So she'll get seeds now, and when we start the following year, she'll get seeds right again and again and again and again every year. And so thank you, Jersey Twister, for actually coming up with something that we never realized you did. So the only thing you have to do is do PayPal or Venmo and just times it by 12 and boom, you are you're in for that membership. You go by the computer and you only can do it monthly. So thank you for all the members. Jersey Twister, Wanda Moses, Shawnee Shave, It's the Marshmallow Man, Jay Dixon, Built on a Rock Homestead, Simply Jan Homestead, or Chaotic Jan Homestead. I like that name so much better. She'll win. Ginger Ninja, Serena Norell, and Camp Patton Family Compound. And Serena is a grow big level, which is pretty awesome. And thank you, Serena, for doing that. Let me put the chat so you guys have that. Let me see who just came on and get me some glasses here too. Rick is here. Welcome in, Rick. These Garden Adventures, Homesteader Rachel, Jane Doe. There's Jay Dixon, Simply Jan, Built on a Rock Homestead. Welcome in, guys. There's Jersey Twister, Gail Southern Living, Milk and Honey Heritage Farms. I can't believe I just screwed that up. Rebel Canners is here. Thank you, guys. This is great. If you guys are any other social media, welcome into the show. And, well, right off the bat, there's Wanda Moses. I want to talk about our contest. All right, we have 6 contests. The Dr. White Tomato, the Peter Pepper, the Sunflower, Mammoth Sunflower, the Detroit Red Beet, the Watermelon Radish, and the Zucchini. So there's the 6 contests. But I want to show you some tape of it. I want to see what you guys think. Hopefully you guys start to follow this whole seed contest. We're putting in a lot of money into it. And so first place prize gets $100. Second and third will be $20.25. I can't believe I said that. $20.25 seeds because it's the end of the year. So new seeds will come out. And that's either M. My Gardener or Mary's Heirloom Seeds. And that's for second and third place, which is pretty cool. So let me share a couple videos out. Let me see if I can find it. So this is hashtag GrowBig24. Just make sure you go to our site, check out the playlist. You can click on any of them. Let's check out some of these entries. There's Mountain Grandma. And look at this. I like doing this too, guys. I'm going to play this one right off from the start. Gail's Southern Living. If you guys are interested in any kind of collabs and you want to be entered and grow your own channel, check out Gail's Southern Living. She's always updating her collabs. Let's see what she has to say quick.
Our internet bill went
And
up?
of course,
looks like you need Verizon home internet. No surprise price hikes or hidden fees because nobody likes surprises. Who are you?
With Gail Southern Living. Today I'm doing my upcoming collabs video. We have some really good ones, guys. Hang out and see what they are. I will have all the information in the description box of this video. If you have a future collab, please get in touch with me by email, gailsouthernliving@yahoo.com, and I will feature your collab. So here's the collabs for this week. This is a brand new one. Hashtag Pizza Partay. That's pizza and then PARTAAY. Hosted by Milk and Honey Heritage Farms. And you basically can do a video anytime for the rest of the year. She will add those to a playlist, tag her channel, use the hashtag Pizza Partay, and she will include you in that collaboration. Just make your favorite pizza. Either homemade dough or store-bought dough, whatever you have, and show us what you put on your pizza. Okay, the second one, hashtag Grow It, Cook It, hosted by Life at the Piedmont Homestead. That is Tina. You grow it in your garden, and then you cook it up in your kitchen. That's basically what that collab is about. Use the hashtag, tag her channel, and that's pretty much it on that one. Number 3, Store to Garden Grow, hosted by Blackberry Rock Homestead and Luann's Kitchen. Grow something in your garden that you bought at the store. Tomatoes, bell peppers, green onion, whatever your ideas are. Number 4, hashtag GrowBig24, hosted by GrowBig TV. And this is going to be zucchini, mammoth sunflowers, Detroit red beets, watermelon radishes, Dr. Weitsch's tomatoes, Peter peppers. Those are the ones that you do. There are registration videos for each one of those on GrowBig TV. They all have a nice bright thumbnail, so it'll make it really easy to find those. And the first prize for every one of those is $100 awarded by GrowBig TV. Second and third prize for all of those is seeds. So if you would like to enter into that, go by and make a comment on the registration video, then put out your beginning video, your planting video, update video, and harvest video on each one that you want to enter. And you can even do them all in one if you want to plant it all on the same day, and just hashtag it GrowBig24. Okay. Number 5, Garden Tour Club. That is my collaboration hosted by me. Basically, you do your garden tour, use the hashtag Garden Tour Club in your title and description box. Mention my channel in your video, and there are monthly giveaways for this. Please mention that in your video to help get some more people to make comments and views for these videos. That's the purpose. And each month has a giveaway. Some months have 2, and one even has 3 prizes for that month. Just gave away the March prize to Matt's Garage 1791. He won a $25 Amazon card from me. And I have lots of prizes donated. So there's a playlist called hashtag Garden Tour Club April. Make comments on those videos and you have a chance to win the prizes. All right. Number 6, Weird Container Growing 24. This is my 3rd year to host this collab. Grow something to eat or even a flower in an unusual container, something you wouldn't normally plant something in. And some of them are really interesting. Some of them are boring. I personally didn't even come up with a really good one myself, but there's going to be lots of good ones this year. And I can't wait to see what you guys all come up with ideas to grow in. Number 7, Friendship Fridays for the month of April, hosted by the Inquisitive Farm Wife and Pike Creek Farm. Make something with your sourdough starter in a video, tag their channel, use the hashtag Friendship Fridays, tag Inquisitive Farm Wife and Pike Creek Farm, and they will include you into the playlist. Number 8, Declutter Challenge 24, hosted by the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. Basically, declutter an area of your house. I've joined in on this collab and several of her others. Join into this collab. She will add you to a playlist. Be sure to tag her channel. And those are the 8 collaborations that I'm announcing for this week.
So that was some collabs that were going on. Whoops, got to get out of that. Whoops. And thank you, Gail, for posting all those. That's pretty cool. Welcome in, Carol. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in, Greg Bryson. Well, great to see you here. You know what? Doing collabs and all these little things, I think it's really important because it creates community. People are for themselves a lot these days, and maybe it's part of our problems as adults. I don't know. You know, we always blame it. Our kids don't do anything, but maybe we got to look at ourselves because we got to be role models. And I'm always trying to do the best I can to share people out because, you know, you could have 500 people. You know what? If you have 500 people, that's not a lot, really. into things. It sounds like a lot, but we got a huge world out there. We got millions and millions and millions of people out there that we could, think big. I'm always thinking big, growing big. Um, always set the hugest goals you could think possible, and if you reach the middle, you should be happy. So thank you, Gail, and good luck with all those collabs, and thank you for showing mine. I appreciate that. So let's go back to another video because Grow Big 24. Let's check out some of the entries, and hopefully you guys enter it. There's Kansas Misfit, the Vineyard Chicks. There's Gail Southern Living. It's so easy to find this because you got to use in your video hashtag GrowBig24. Mountain Grandma Biochar. I seen Biochar. I got to click on that, but I'll click on it a little bit. I'm going to do a short one here. Let me do a short one. Let's do Mountain Grandma. Let's see what she has to come up with.
When you're growing your garden this year, don't forget the radishes. There's a lot of reasons to grow these. I'm going to start with a $100 prize you could win from Grow Big TV for the Grow Big 24 challenge for growing the biggest watermelon radish. That guy right there. And there's a lot of different radishes. They're all healthy for you. While I share my radish beds, let's talk about it. So for the nutritional content, you can see they're just loaded with all kinds of good stuff. And this lends well to their health benefits. In our family, our main use of radishes is for treating gallbladder attacks and indigestion. And they're super effective for that. Of course, go do your own research, but that's what we use them for. And also, it's great for your soil. And not just while the radish itself is growing, but even after the harvest of the radish, those leaves are even more higher in nutrition than the radish bulb itself. So if you eat them or leave them in your garden beds, that's also helping your garden. It's easy to grow radishes. Just make sure that you don't use a fertilizer that is going to be high in nitrogen because you'll end up with a bunch of greens. And that's what I did last year. So I'm hoping this year I can overcome that. Now, before I end this video, I want to share Garden State Gardeners, my prize winnings on Garden State Gardeners Sunday Fun Day. Every Sunday evening, he does a giveaway, and I won a prize. Look at this. I got hot sauce, I got yarn, and look at all these amazing seeds. This was an amazing prize to win. I am so excited. And there's also great information shared on Garden State Gardener, as well as the Grow Big TV channel.
So that was Mountain Grandma. That was really, really well done. I really enjoyed that. In some of these contests, there hasn't been that many people that entered. So welcome in, Howie. It's good to see you. I don't know many people entered the Peter Pepper Challenge. I'm going to go check out the video. How many people? You got to put all in under that registration video. Just go to my playlist of the 6 contests. One of the contests, which should be the easiest, is zucchini. Zucchini's it's so fun to grow. Not many people have entered that. So I hope you guys could check those out. Let me play another one. I like this stuff. Time to start making notes, guys. I got to make lots of notes. So you guys wondering where Corky is? She has no internet. She's trying to figure out how to get in. So hopefully she'll be here soon. There's the Mammoth Sunflower Garden Hose. Let me see. Wickershire. Let's check out the Wickershire. Fort Hook Zucchini. Here we go. That's what Billy is.
It's the Wickershire project for the Fort Hook Zucchini Wash 2024 Challenge. So I think what we're going to do with these for the Ford Hook Zucchini Grow Big TV 2024 is on the back of my coop, which gets the most nutrients from my chickens. I think we're just going to plant them straight across here, facing west. It's not ideal, but it's going to have to do, as this is our vining area. I'm not doing pumpkins this year. And that'll be 5 to 6 foot vines. So we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6 of them planted. So the only advice I can give you is that pointed tip, straight down. You plant them about 1 inch. That's it. You put them in a little bit of compost and super soil. You keep them watered until they germinate. Once they pop up a couple of inches, you're all set to go. And just check on them every once in a while. What's going to happen is in a month of growth, you're going to feed them again with a little bit of fertilizer or compost. Just sprinkle it on top. On each of these, just a tiny, tiny pinch of blood meal and bone meal. It's a small pinch every month. All my Ford hooks are in. Good luck to the Wickershire project. Thanks for watching the Wickershire project, and get your Grow Big on this year. See you later.
So that was Billy at the Wickershire project. You know what? Let's do one more. Let's do the Vineyard Chicks. Let's see what they have to say.
So these are my seeds for Grow Big TV's collaboration called Grow Big 24. There are mammoth sunflowers, Detroit red beets, watermelon radish, Dr. Weitsch's tomatoes, and zucchini. And I know some of them are early for my grow season, but I'm in a contest and I'm in it to win it. Are you? So these
Awesome.
are my seeds.
That was awesome. And I love this shirt, Bunky. I love this shirt. They're going to have that shirt for another 10 years. I love it. Okay, let's check out another quick video. I don't know about you guys, but I love this stuff. Okay, let's choose another name. Here we go. Let me see. Oh, you know what? Let's choose Jujube. White cheese tomato.
All right, friends, I'm here for the Grow Big Dr. Weitsch's Yellow Tomato Challenge. These are old seeds. Hopefully they're still good. They're packed for $12.21. But that's what I have. And they have been stored pretty well, I think. I've been, as you will see, planting all my tomatoes, or starting all my tomatoes for the year. But I'm going to do with you now Dr. Weitsch's from Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. Lauren has sent me her favorite malachite box and bananas noir. I'm super excited. I'm going to plant 2 cells of those. And a new to me dear friend, Cave, highly recommended the Virginia Sweets tomato. And it's a Virginia staple, favorite, whatever. So, okay, you're in Virginia and you were told this is one of the best ones to grow here. So we're going to plant 2 cells of that also. And yes, they're organic, but that's literally the only version of those seeds I could find. So I am going to put 2 seeds in each hole for my Dr. Weitsch's, hoping that I get at least 1 since they are older. This is a seed starting mix that I have made out of, what did I use? I used vermiculite, and I used worm castings and cocoa coir. I believe it was 1 to 1 to 1. I would have to look it up. I don't remember. That doesn't sound right. But I found it somewhere, and I've had great success with my peppers so far with it, and figured we're going to continue with it. But when I get to my sunflowers later, I'm out. So I have the organic Jiffy seed starting mix to start my sunflowers for my front yard and the Grow Big sunflower contest. So super excited for these malachite box tomatoes. I've never had one, but if Lauren tells me it's the best, guess what? We're gonna plant it, and we're gonna plant double cells, even though I don't know where half of these tomatoes are gonna go. I'm gonna plant them and live my best life. Some of these may want.
Okay, so that's Juby. That's Juliana. She's been a big help to the channel, and thank you so much, Enter and Juliana. There's 39 people in the chat, and thank you for the people at LinkedIn that's following, and Twitter and Facebook and all over the place. Thank you guys for following alive. Quirky's not here yet, so she's really having those problems, and things happen. So for the rest of the month on Tuesdays, Thursday we're looking for more of an open mic kind of thing, and so that's what we plan on doing because we want to connect to you guys more. We feel like we don't do enough of that, so we're gonna try to connect with you guys a little bit more. Next week we're hoping to have a special guest, but it's not confirmed yet, and it's somebody from the hot pepper world. And so we're trying to get that. You might know tonight. We'll find out. But he's supposed to talk to his wife, and we'll see if he's going to come on because they got to see if they're ever, if he has any plans. Then we have the following Tuesday. We have Gary Pilarchek. He's coming on Tuesday, and then we have Bevan Cohen from Small House Farm. So that is for the rest of this month. And man, it's already, wow, I think May, guys. Isn't that fast? I know New Jersey, we're finally getting some warm weather. I'm so excited. Warm weather. It's been, I don't want rain on weekends. One time I could work and go Uber. That's what I do. So I'll wake up, I'll come home from Uber and on Friday at 4 a.m. I wake up at 8. I go to the garden. I start Ubering at 4, wake up, come home at 4 a.m, and same schedule on Sunday. Then I have my Sunday live. And then I get some sleep. So that's my schedule for the rest of the year. But when it rains, it stinks because that means I can't get outside. That's a bummer. That's a real bummer. We're starting to set up some cool lives in Garden State Gardener too. Some repeated guests that we had here in different kind of things like Glyphosate Girl and talking about glyphosate, of course, and trying to group them up people within his chat and do different things to, get you guys more involved with some of our guests because they've been very important in the world. Some of the guests that we have had on, you guys know Lee. I hope you guys like the guest we just had. I'm a Bump fan. Welcome. I'm a Bump fan. We had Leah. We had Everest Holmes, and guys, we got something very cool coming. It's called Inside the Microscope with Everest Holmes. So each week he's going to do a video for us with the microscope, with the soil and everything. So you guys can start learning. And same thing here about things under the microscope. And I think that's going to be I had never seen anybody in YouTube do this. And so I want to start studying the soil. And maybe you guys could say, hey, this is pretty cool. Like, what the heck is in my soil? So, it's going to be called Inside the Microscope. So here's a little bit of Everest Holmes right here. So let's just play this quick. Let me know what you guys think.
Check out my yummy earthworm castings. When I first got into soil microscopy, I was very interested in rotifers. Move over tardigrades. There's another contender in town. Recent research unveils the incredible resilience of rotifers, frozen in Siberian permafrost for 24,000 years. These marvelous microbes not only survived, but resumed reproduction upon thawing. Incredible. Check out.
You know what? Let me play another one from Everest. Because he's going to be with us every single week. It's going to be so awesome, guys. Okay, let's with this one. Let's check this one out.
Realm of compost. Here we witness one fungi engaging in a strategic battle against another. Check out how that hypha penetrates the enemy, branching off inside. Mechanisms like this offer hope for enhanced biocontrols. I was pretty excited to find this. Join me again in the microscopic realm of compost. Here we witness one fungi engaging in a strategic battle against another. Check out how that hypha penetrates the enemy, branching off inside. Mechanisms like this offer hope for enhanced biocontrols. I was pretty excited to find this.
So I'm very excited for that segment. Oh, Jennifer Ocean Homestead, you are a new member. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys don't understand how much that helps us with postage and everything else on this channel from becoming a member. And we're just trying to do things different than everybody. And hope you guys can see that. And thank you, mods, for showing our guest for the rest of the month. That is pretty awesome. And Jennifer Ocean Homestead, thank you so much. That is so nice for you. And I might say it a lot in this channel. It's because I'm trying to promote it. Okay? I'm trying to promote our memberships and things, because if I don't say anything, nobody really cares. So I got to promote it, and any kind of donations or anything. Thank you, Jane. It just helps us grow. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to grow. So sorry if I'm trying to promote it. I know things are extremely tough right now out there. I know, and believe me, I wouldn't be working 3 jobs if I didn't know it was tough out there. So thank you, everyone, for your endless support. So with Everest Homes, it's going to be like a 2 to 5 minute segment. So it'll be a little more into what's going on and teaching you about terms and what's under the microscope. And I hope you guys really like that, because I think it's really, really awesome. It takes a lot of work to do that too. It's not like just put it there, here we go, here's the film, oh, done. It's a lot of work put in. So there's Life on a Piedmont. Welcome in. Let's see if anybody else just came in. There's 40 people on my level. There's Happy Mac. There's Kathleen Moran. Yeah, lots of rain in New Jersey. It's pouring out right now. Totally pouring out. There's Mountain Grandma. So I was Ubering after work, because that's what I do usually, just for a little bit. My son calls, Dad, there's deer in your garden. And I'm like, oh, thank God, let the deer be there now, because that fence is going up very soon. And then I also got a solar fence. I don't have it here. So I got to put that up too. So I have a fence and a solar fence to do whatever I can protect some of the animals that come on in my garden this year. Do whatever I can, but you guys see my garden. It's a mess. It's a total mess. And just hopefully we get that good weather. So some of the guests we had on his show was Jimmy Pickles, Brad Gates, Jeff Zawicki, Tim Steckel. Tim Steckel is one of the kings of compost, if you guys didn't know. We had Chili Chump, Simple Food Gardening, AJ's Green Topics, the Urban Gardener, Gardner Scott, and My Gardener, Kathleen Draper, one of the leaders of biochar. And, when you have one of the leaders in biochar on your channel, that's pretty awesome. And I kind of blown away by that, because one of the things we want to do with biochar is keep on promoting and learn about it, how to apply it. And I think that's pretty big. Hey, there's LP. Welcome in, LP. And random JL says, Joe, hey ya, hey ya. I like that. Hey ya. Makes you energized when you say hey ya. So yeah, and just we had so many other great guests. Homesteader Rachel, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you for all that support. That is really awesome. Thank you. And we had Howie come on, and Howie's always here too. Same thing with Tony at Simple Food Gardening. Tony's always, not Tony. Howie's always talking about the soil seed, soil path. So, soil food bank. I could talk a whole bunch of things, and I'm totally botching my name up right now. But Tony's come up with his own diagram. It's called Howie Culture. And I love that Howie's here. I love following him. There's so much you can learn about permaculture from Howie. But the soil bank Howie culture is absolutely amazing because everything starts with the soil. If you have a healthy soil, you have a healthy plant. If you have a healthy plant, you have a healthy you. The gut biome. You're going to notice so many gut problems with people in the next 10 years. A lot of problems with their kids. Yeah, and Tony donated 5 memberships to this channel too. Thank you, Jay, for posting that. I mean, that's totally amazing. First he comes on as a huge guest, now he's donating memberships. Can't beat that. And our first member was Camp Hatton Family Compound. That was Gil. And so that will always be entrenched in our memory that Gil was our first member of the channel. Yeah, so with Kathleen Draper, a lot of people could have problems like where do I put biochar? Do I put it bottom? Do I put it on a root? Do I mix it? Do I just just keep on doing layers? So there's a lot of different ways, a lot of different people, a lot of different things. For me, I like to put it by the roots because that's where I want everything stored. That's where I want everything to come to. I want everything to come by the roots. I want when you if you put chicken manure, sort of almost like an activator with your compost and everything like that, with your biochar, and the roots start to go all over those, man, it just gets stored there. All your energy is getting stored right there. It's not leaving. So just make sure you don't overdo it with fertilizer, because then you can maybe even burn your plants. So make sure you always add a little bit to whatever you go to. Never add tons of things and overdo it. Never overdo things. Never ever even if you're putting some kind of anything on top of your plant to protect it, just never overdo it if you use insecticides or neem oil, because that could really hurt the plant too. So let me jump over some issues here. So over in my path, New Jersey, mainly we're just, it's your brassica season. You're putting your cauliflower in, your broccoli, your lettuces, your kohlrabi. And if you guys never grew kohlrabi, grow kohlrabi. It's so good. You'll say, oh man, thank you for doing that. And Serena, yes, Life at a Piedmont. That's Tina. She has a channel. She goes on a lot with Gail Southern 11. So check out Life in a Piedmont. Serena, good channel for your channel. That's awesome. Let me see. And Tony had the #1 book in the US and the UK. I mean, geez, what a great guest to have on our channel and support us. So go by, check out Tony's book. I do have it. I don't have it in front of me. Don't think I see. There's a lot of a mess around me. So go check out Tony. Go check out Tony's book. It's also during our lives. It's on the bottom, and check out that link. There's Shawnee Shave. Awesome guys. Yeah, Mike's Chaotic Garden. We're gonna hit 80 this week. Odd weather. What I'm afraid about is, 80 now, and all of a sudden May 10th comes and it's 25-degree low. So always got to look for that forecast, guys. Shawnee, how many kohlrabi should I plant? You know what? If you never had it before, 10,000. Hey, I'm not that big. Look. Jay says 40,000. Oh, jeez. Grow 12. You don't have to be too far apart, and it grows so weird. They're alien-like. Or grow 6. 6 fine. And if you like it this year, then continue growing it. The way I look at kohlrabi is, mix up your dishes. How many people are in your family, right? How many people, if you have a thing of a broccoli plant, if you only have one person, then you don't need that many, and you don't have to grow all of them at the same time either. Alternate a little bit. I mean, you don't have, like grow. Hey, there's Grow Up. Grow Up's here. Grow Up has a great live. I like following him on Saturday, so check out Grow Up. I'm actually looking forward to having Grow Up on our channel. Jay or Jane, can you post his link for Grow Up? So it's good to see Grow Up here. And I'm trying to set up something special when he's going to be on. And so I'm looking for something in May for Grow Up to be on our channel. So hopefully that could all work out together. Because when you're in the UK, you usually got to have something on a Saturday and pre-record it. The reason why you want to pre-record it is because, well, it's 5 hours later. So right now, it's like 1 in the morning over there. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. And, well, he should be sleeping right now, but he's awake watching us, which is pretty cool. And he goes, "Hey, mate, thank you. You set it up. I'll be there." And that is so awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm actually looking. Oh, no, I don't need it pre-recorded. Oh, then we could do something different. And we could do something earlier. Oh, awesome. Okay, then we could set something else different. I love it. Oh, that's going to be awesome. That's going to be really cool. So, stuff you can plant in a garden. Let me see what it is. So, May 20th is our average frost date, between May 15th and May 20th. So, for May, a lot of people like, and Grow Up is Danny. There we go. So, I can't believe that'd be pretty cool. So, what I was thinking about, since Danny's here, is I was going to have as a group with 4 people and from other parts of the world. And I think that'd be pretty cool in a different kind of way. Because it's so different how everybody grows things from start to finish. Just a little different. And I like putting everything together because when you have everybody together, things are just, they do things different. It's exciting. It's different. Different is good. So we'll work on that. And thank you, Danny. So in June, which is right around a corner, let me see. So when we're thinking about June, our summer crops, right? Because everything basically, you already have your broccoli. You started by seed. You started everything already for your spring vegetables, right? So now everything inside should be your summer vegetables starting. And people wonder, like, when should I plant in your spring date? Your planting date, your frost-free date, I should say. So for me, you plant by seeds in a garden. So no, you don't need transplant. You just start from seed because that's when they're more bountiful. If you just put your seed in the ground, you'll probably grow a little more vegetables. So besides starting inside. So plant seeds in a garden, your beans, beets, broccoli. Ooh, that's different. What I messed up there? Huh. Oh, because never mind. I'm gonna throw this shit out. Whoop. How about that, Danny? Just throw things away just like that. It's 1:44 over there in the UK. You are in the future. You know what's interesting? When we had some lady from New Zealand, Katrina Wolf, 7 o'clock here but it was like 1 o'clock in New Zealand the day after. That was like the most perfect timing ever, especially when you do a Thursday show. This feels everything I had planned with Corky kind of went out the window today. So I gotta reboot myself to see what I want to talk about. So that's the reason why I had a sheet in front of me. I was like, let me just go with this. I didn't even read it. So I was like, oh, wrong info. This is not good. This is not good. So let me just look at my thing. 1 second, guys. So in the chat, what types of plants and flowers do you have experience growing? What's your favorite plants to grow in the chat? So, for example, mine has always been peppers and tomatoes. Peppers and tomatoes always been great for me. Strawberries in the past I had 40 yards of strawberries, and that was really awesome. Then we had our we had to put a basketball court in for my son. And where the basketball court is, we had to tear up all the strawberries. It was insane. It was absolutely nuts. So we had to tear everything apart. So grow up. My favorite is runner beans. Pole beans to you. I love pole beans. It's so awesome. It grows so easy. And Danny, you don't have to bend down. And it grows vertical. It's perfect. It's perfect. I do love that a lot. I love pole beans. Cilantro is in full bloom right now for Built in a Rock homestead. Let's see what else. So, yeah, what do you guys have experience growing? What is your favorite things to grow in a garden? Now, Shawnee Shave says, I planted potatoes, onions, carrots, beets, peas, lettuce, Asian greens, broccoli, and cabbage outside. I'm doing kohlrabi this week. This weekend, kohlrabi, broccoli, cabbage. I did my potatoes 2 weeks ago. Carrots. I love my carrots. I'm looking forward to that. But what is your favorite things you have experienced growing? Like you grow it every single year nonstop. You have to grow it outside. Now I got to do peas too. I got to start my peas. And a fence. Too hot to plant brassicas here. That's Built on a Rock homestead. Yeah, Paul beans. That's what Grammy Karen said. See, it's so weird, interesting what parts of the country and the world you are. What you plant is so different right now. Oh, my Labrador, Cilantro, zucchini, cucumbers, and so many. I'll start my cucumbers. I like starting them in trays, actually, because the amount of cucumbers I start are pretty insane. May 20th for Jay. Wow. You know what's cool is I usually, if I have time, not like I do now because there is zero, I usually do starter plants and sell them in front of my house. $2 or $3. I made like a couple $1,000 one year, which is pretty cool. 1 second. Well, in May, there was a frost. The whole early May, it was like 80 degrees, 80, 75. It was crazy in Jersey. So warm in early May. So it was, everybody planted everything. Everybody planted their tomatoes, peppers. Well, May 18th or May 20th, huge freeze. Everything died. Everything died. Well, where did everybody come to? Do you still have tomatoes? Do you still have peppers? All over the place. I'm like, yes, they're perfect. That was awesome. That was a great year. So Simply Jansen tomato, zucchini, green beans. Gotta love green. I love green beans. I love wax beans. The yellow beans are one of my favorites. So easy to digest. So that's for me. I love my yellow beans. Yeah, and Serena with her butternut squash. Tomato beans are probably the easiest and most rewarding, but herbs save lots of money without a doubt. And it's so easy to just grow in a pot or a container, your herbs, especially basil. Oh my God. And parsley, so easy. Parsley and basil and cilantro. I mean, things are so easy. I love eating shelling peas. And Shawnee Shave. The shelling peas are so great at work. Absolutely love it. And plus, you have to work on it instead of just I'm at a computer all day. Boop, 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 boop. This is a good time to take my eyes off the computer, look at the bean, and man, it's so sweet. They are so good. And Jay Dixon, I just bought a big pail of peat moss, sustainable in Canada, from Nicolai, and 2 pounds of pole beans. What was interesting when Chili Chump was here, he uses 80% compost. And a lot of stuff has to do with, your microbes, because that's what you want when you grow. But that's pretty interesting. Because that's what happens when you have pole beans. You don't really need as much, if anything, of NPK, because it's natural. So let me see. Happy Mac tomatoes, always my favorite. Romano bush beans. Ginger Ninja says, I love sunflowers. And Built on a Rock Home says, I got shorts on right now. My work has been 81 degrees because heat rises. I'm dying at work. We have one girl at work who, if it's like 70 degrees out, she has like a winter coat on. And her office is right next to mine. I'm like, oh, just wear less clothes. Now, I don't say that. I'll be in trouble if I said something like that. But that's what I want to say. Oh, what do I mean? I got to put less clothes on. Nobody wants to see that. Oh, jeez. My mind just went somewhere else. Anyway, what 10-day temp am I looking for to start hardening off peppers? Jersey Twister. All you have to do is first you slowly put it out there. Start to put it out there 30 minutes when it's above 50 degrees. You never want your soil less than 50. So, or temperature outside around 50. I like saying 50 as a general thing, especially when hardening off. You don't want it cold. Make sure it's not windy either. As in like 20 miles an hour, wind coming out there, because the things get planted and get thrown over. Gradually want to adapt everything to your wind, to your sun, and please just do not leave it outside. They will totally get fried outside. Totally get fried. Serena and Astriniums and with the butternut squash, as long as they're blooming, the squash bugs stay away. With everybody always talking, it's always good about putting things in your pocket. And you got to work you got to do what's good for you. Always do good what works for you. Wanda Moses, collards, turnips, beets, mustards, kale. I fed the entire neighborhood and my family. Boom! Boom, Wanda Moses. Boom! Love that. And Carol goes, beets. I eat the babies in the salad and I thin them. That sounds awesome. What does Shawnee say? New this year, I'm growing popcorn. Ooh, that's cool. Dried beans. Wow, that's awesome. Sean, you got to show some videos on that. I love that. And these, like me, tomatoes and peppers. The reason why I love tomatoes and peppers is because I want to sell them in front of my house, and it's the easiest thing to give away. Everybody always wants tomatoes and peppers, especially in New Jersey, because we're known for the Jersey tomato. And who wants to pay all that money for tomatoes now? You know, especially in the beginning of the year. 3 tomatoes, $8. I mean, come on. Just things are way too expensive. It's nuts. And Grove is very lucky. We don't have squash bugs here. It's usually the weather that knocks butternut plants. Yeah, squash bugs are definitely around here. And if you do have them, try to not plant any of that variety in the next year, or like pumpkins. You don't want to grow pumpkins either if you have squash bugs. Let's see what else. Corn and okra in the summer. You know, okra is either you love it or you hate it. It's like cilantro. You either like it or hate it with okra. That's what with Wanda. Anyone ever grow ground cherries? Ground cherries get very prolific. And it's funny when you let it go, they're just all over the ground too. Serena, Grow Big TV. Sunflower seeds are one I don't have. Oh, Serena, looks like you're going to be getting some sunflower seeds, some mammoth ones, so you can enter the contest. I didn't know that. Just to let you guys know, the seeds, I'm going to try to get them out by Monday. I'm going to try to group up on Sundays, fun days at Garden State Gardener with all those winnings and plus these past winnings on Grow Big TV. So I don't have to mail one person 8 different envelopes. Just put it in one envelope. Makes it a lot cheaper and easier. Milk and Honey Heritage Farm. Yes, I like the yellow wax beans. They're just so easy to digest and they're softer. And I think kids like them better after they have them. And built on a rock. Well, a rock, yeah, that is the easiest thing to grow. How about shells? Except all the shells are crashed on the Jersey Shore. You can't find a Jersey shell anymore. Seashell on a shore shell. Or shell. Seashell. You know, growing up, we used to go to the beach, and the shells were huge. They were big, nothing broken. And now they're just all crunched. It's like, geez, you can't even find a good one anymore. Not even after a storm. And I can't wait to use seaweed this year. So I plan to get out there first thing in the morning, get some seaweed. What I got to find out is, you know, you have all that brush that comes off the beach. They got twigs and stuff and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm going to find out, is that any good? I have no idea. I don't think it's good because of the salt content. But I wonder if you could use that in the garden some kind of way. I don't know. Ginger, my absolutes every year: tomatoes, blueberries, sage, and many herbs, cucumbers, beans, peas, lots of flowers. That's one thing. I'm going to be adding tons and tons of flowers to my garden this year. Well, this is pretty cool. I'm growing peanuts this year for the first time. Wish you luck. Well, good luck with that. Make sure you show some videos with Danny too. And that's pretty cool. And I know a couple other people in this chat are growing peanuts too. And maybe that's the new in thing. I think that's pretty cool. And Howie says, good night, Earthlings. Good night, Howie. It's so good to see you. Thank you for being here, Howie. That is awesome. My favorite fun plant to grow is loofah. I think loofah is really cool. And I'm going to throw some of that in my neighbor's property and see what comes up. I do have a large space, but I want to keep on growing bigger. And if there's no neighbors don't care, who cares? I don't think they go back there. Also make it useful. Carol, are yellow beans as easy to grow? Yes, very easy to grow, 100%. And we got somebody in the chat. Boom, just like that.
Holy smokes! Like, I seriously, yeah. Today has been one heck of a day. I had so many issues computer-wise, and then you have to find somebody that knows how to run a Mac computer. It's been, but I'm here. Sorry I'm late. And I look a fright, but I was very, very stressed out just a minute ago.
So Danny from Grow Up's here, so he's that's pretty cool, and he can come live. Even though he's from the UK, he can come here at night, and he'll stay up late at night to come on our channel, which is pretty cool here. We talked about when we had Katrina on, and she's on like the next day after around like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I think that was pretty cool. Brampton Gardner just came on in. What an awesome mod she is. Never seen somebody even chat like her.
Did you make her a mod on here?
Oh, no, I got to make her a mod on here too.
I added her on Wide Family Farm today. She's the bomb diggity. So I was like, oh, we need to add her. Grow Up. Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, Kathleen. Hey, Rebel. I am so sorry I'm late, guys. What's up, Hendrix? What's going on? Dude, I was so stressed out. And I have a Mac, so it's not the same as Windows. So when you're talking to somebody or trying to figure stuff out, even online or trying to Google it, it's like, nobody knows what they're talking about. So it was like freaking out. I had to reset my internet. My son is flipping out because there's no television and he's autistic. So there's nothing for him to like listen to. That's, oh gosh. Hey, Simply Jan. But I'm good now.
Whoop, whoop.
So what were we talking about garden wise?
So things in the garden, like what do you have a specialty growing? Like what's your favorite thing to grow that you do every year? You almost like specialize in. Like for me, it's tomatoes and peppers, general easy things.
Yeah.
You know,
I would say that we're really good at growing tomatoes. And I don't even like tomatoes, but with my husband, like my husband's really good at growing tomatoes. So I would say both of us are really good at that aspect. But I think my favorite thing is carrots because it's such a challenge for me. And I'm very impatient. And that's one thing that I really have stressed about in the past as well is just be patient because I have to I tell that to you guys because I have to tell it to myself. Because when I put something down in the ground and it doesn't pop up right away, I start to get heart palpitations. Like, why isn't it popped up? I just bought these seeds. I just bought $25 worth of carrot seeds at Johnny Seeds. Why aren't they popping up? You know, so I get like freaked out. Like, what's going on? I just need like a couple more days. And, you know, I know the one year I had these pelletized seeds from Johnny Seeds. They didn't pop up right away. So I'm like, forget this. If I wait any longer, I'm not going to have any carrots. So I took every carrot pack that I had and I planted it all of it. Don't do that, guys. You know? So just be patient and tell yourself, like, if it doesn't pop up, you still have time. Like, it's not the end of the world. And I still have to keep continuing to tell myself that.
I still got to plant my
challenge. Yeah.
I still got to plant my onions.
Ooh.
I still got those to plant.
Yeah.
It's another thing for the weekend.
Carrots are a big challenge, guys, but they're so cool. Once you get a big crop of them, it's like, oh, I'm so proud of it. And I do. I share a lot of pictures of it because I'm so proud of it. Like, I don't think normal people understand. Now, I don't consider us normal. I consider us like the garden people that know what we're talking about. Now, there you have your average person that lives in an apartment, or my mom, like I could show her a picture of my carrots and she just does not care, you know? But I love sharing my pictures with you guys because you care. You're like, you understand the labor intensity of it all. Like what went in for me to plant those carrots. And so I show my pictures because I'm so proud, you know, once they start growing and I get, oh man, when I had those big carrots, I froze most of them, but man, I was so excited. Just couldn't believe it, you know, and you get proud of yourself. And sometimes you need to share that with people who understand. And
Well,
yeah.
that's one of the main reasons why I started my YouTube.
Yeah.
Before, not to post for anybody to see here. It was for my friends to see it, to see, hey, what are you growing? Because everybody would say, call me up, hey, what's going on in the garden? Because everybody knew I had a garden.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, let me just figure out how to record it. Oh, YouTube has this. I could use YouTube as, you know, a way to do it. But my videos were so bad. It was like sideways. How do I hold my phone? I don't know what I'm doing. Nobody can see anything.
Yeah, I love carrots, and they're really hard to grow. And you know what else is hard to kind of grow? Is radishes. If you want a good radish, you better get on it, because lately here I haven't been good at growing them. I just get little rinky dinky things. And before I would get huge ones, and I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. So radishes are also a challenge. I would say most root vegetables are, because really, I mean, you can't see what's going on underneath there. You know, like that's the same with a carrot. You have this big old, you know, green plume on the top, and you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna get a big old carrot. It's gonna be the biggest carrot I ever seen. And then you go and you pull it up and it's like this big. So
that's so funny. You see,
yeah.
I like what LP is grown, because I want to grow all three of those too. But I never tried nasturtiums on a tomato sandwich, because it's like a little peppery taste, right? So I think that'd be really, really cool.
Hey, Arkwell, man.
Let's see what else. Let me get my glasses back on. I got to get new glasses. I think this is my wife's. I have no idea where they even came from. Okay, let's see what else. Sorry if I missed everybody's comments here.
In the past, I have grown some awesome celery. I am a great celery grower. I never thought, and you know, it's always been a challenge. Like, oh my gosh, people say, I tried to grow celery and it's horrible, but I am a really great celery grower. It does wonderful in my beds. And yeah, in the past, I think last year I had 22 pounds of celery. I soaked them all to get the bugs out of them. I chopped them all up and I dehydrated them all and put them in the dehydrator. So I have like 2 jars of dehydrated, 22 pounds fit in 2 jars, 2 mason jars. But yeah, I have a little bit. It's awesome. And you just have to kind of relax a little bit. And I have a hard time doing that, because I'm like, I don't want to lose it. You spend all that time, you know.
So welcome in Urban Garden Chronicles.
Hello.
She's been a great supporter of mine from the very beginning, and thank you so much for being here. You're awesome. We talked about a little bit about memberships today too. So we talked about all our members that are on the channel.
And thank you guys seriously for being members. You guys know that regular YouTube videos don't really pay anything. You're lucky to even get $1 on a YouTube video. To go forward with a lot of stuff for seeds, for postage, for all of that stuff, we depend on our viewers to help out, to become members. And when it's not like you're just becoming a member and nothing's happening. You get stuff with the memberships here. And our biggest one, you get access to us for 24 hours, hotline. You can access us and ask us questions. Hopefully you don't ask us questions at 3 a.m. But you can ask us questions. And Then we have other plans. We have, seeds that you get. We have the one where you can get the MI Gardner trifecta.
Trifecta, yeah. And sassy lettuce.
Yeah. So you're not just signing up and getting nothing. Plus, we have awesome guests. Our guests have been the most educational guests we have ever had on YouTube. Like, this is awesome. We're getting access to people, to college professors, people who are number one in their field. We are getting these people on this show. And it really is awesome. We're doing that for you. Not only that, we're doing it for us too, because we want to get educated. But we're bringing you a lot of cool stuff. What's your celery growing tip? Okay. For one, it's really hard to start a celery seed. So I always chit my seeds. Always. That's number one. You chit your seeds. If you don't know how to chit a seed, it's really easy. You get a paper towel, you wet it a little bit, you don't drown it. You put the celery seeds on there, you put them in a bag, you put them in a dark place for a couple days or whatever. You take a look at them. Don't just leave them in there forever. And if they've sprouted, then you're good to go. Then I usually take a tweezers because they're so small, and I plant each individual one in each cell. And then they grow. Once they've grown and they're ready, you have to harden them off, obviously. Once that gets started, you plant those in your garden. You plant them so far apart. Then you mound them. The process is called blanching, or a lot of people tie a rubber band around them or whatever. But I always take a mound and I make a mound right around the bottom. So it looks like each one has its own little mound. And then, I leave it in the ground for like 3 months. And then it's ready to go. However, I'm just letting y'all know, when you grow celery, pulling them up is not fun. It is not fun. They have a tremendous tap root. And in the past, you have to find which celery works for you. Because I've grown that pink celery, and it is so fragile. It did not work for me. I planted the Chinese celery, and it worked perfect. It grew perfect, beautiful plumes on it, and it was wonderful. I'm sure we do have a self-blanching variety, but I'm not aware what that is because I buy my seeds from from Baker Creek, the Chinese celery, and that really works for me. Has anyone ever tried the seed tape, and does it really work? Yes, it really does work, and it really helps for beginner people. So if you have that tape, it's not really tape. It's basically a seed in like tissue paper, dissolvable tissue paper. And it really helps you separate the seeds. So you can just plant it all in one straight row and you're good to go. And I've planted carrots like that. I planted lots of stuff like that. And yes, it did work. And it's really great for beginners.
You can't plant it too deep. That's one of the key things.
Yeah. But that's with carrots in general. You don't want to bury them. The seeds are super small. So you just want to kind of, like you do wildflowers. You just kind of sprinkle them on there and then you cover them up really lightly. Okay, cool. I would like that. That'd be awesome. Thank you. Corky. Oh, wait, hold on. Somebody asked a question. Plant celery in full sun. Mine's in partial shade. And I have a huge maple tree that covers half of my garden. And even though it's kind of shady, it still gets a little bit of sun. But I do grow it in partial shade. It does like the cooler areas. Yeah, you can make your own seed tape. I've never done that, but I have seen people do that.
So welcome in Girl Dad cooking up deliciousness.
Ooh, yeah.
So welcome to the channel. It's always good when you have somebody new on you never heard. You know, it's like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, you guys don't shy away unless it's like a non-GM or unless it's like a GMO seed tape or something like that. I'm not for GMOs. But if you get a seed tape, if you're new to starting that vegetable, that'd be perfect for you. Try it out, see if it works for you. I've never had an issue with seed tape. And if you can create your own, that's even better.
So I was Ubering after work today, and I picked up somebody that just got a degree in plant pathology or something kind of degree, and I was like, "Oh, so what do you think about biochar?" And she goes, "Oh, I did a paper on that." I go, "How did that work out?" And also, her parents were like, "Oh, like." The whole conversation turned to plants and grown food and everything like that. It was great. That's my kind of ride. Jay Dixon, she also Gardner Scott how to make a seed tape.
Oh, cool.
So, which is pretty awesome. Gotta love Gardner Scott. Gardner Scott was our first guest on his channel, and we did it for a reason because we thought he was one of the best teachers out there. And plus he's one of the greatest guys out there. So, if Gardner Scott, if you're listening, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me see.
Yeah, you guys can ask me any questions, anything at all. You can ask me if it's something personal, I will, direct it in a different light. But you guys can literally ask me anything and I'll answer it. I'm usually a pretty open book, and I will tell you if it worked for me, if it didn't work for me, or if I don't know. So I'm not one, if you ask me a question, where I have to have an answer for you. And I will never just come up with something because I don't know the answer. So I will always be truthful and honest, and so you can ask me anything. I've been gardening for a while. Most of the stuff I've learned on my own because I really love gardening. And I'm in garden club in my area and stuff like that. And I've taught a lot of things to the ladies that they didn't even know. So you can ask me anything.
So Jennifer Ocean Homestead became a member today.
Woohoo!
Welcome to the club.
We need, like I said, we need a cowbell or something. All I have is a tin whistle, and you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that.
And if you guys don't want to, what I told Corky, what I told everybody before about memberships, if they want to do a PayPal or a Venmo and do a whole year, we'll send them the prize right off. I mean, not a prize, but like the Sassy Lass. If you are a Boom Club member, if you pay for a whole membership for a whole year, or the seeds for the biochar membership, if you pay for a whole year, we'll send that right out to you for, PayPal or Venmo. So, because Jersey Twister did that, so she's going to get some seeds in the mail. And so it's just a way it's easier for you guys. It's easier for us. We want to make sure you get your membership and everything taken care of right off the bat. And just easier way. So thank you guys for that. And if you just want to make a donation, that's always good too.
You get a cowbell, I will become a member. Great idea. Okay, we need one. If any of you people have cows and you have a old cowbell that you'd like to send us. I don't have a cowbell. I have a wine. Give me more wine bells somewhere.
So our members of the channel is Jennifer Ocean Homestead, Jersey Twister, Wanda Moses, Shawnee Shave, It's the Marshmallow Man, Jay Dixon, Built on a Rock Homestead, Simply Jan Homestead, Ginger Ninja, Serena Norell, and Camp Penton Family Compound.
Thank you guys, seriously, for being members to our channel. It means that we have the support of our community as well. And I really appreciate it. We've worked so hard for this. And it's so funny because for months we had talked about this before this Grow Big TV was even a thing. We talked about it for months. We had meetings about it. We, so it's really awesome seeing it come to light. And so we really appreciate all your support. And it's good to see people really, like, when you go into a live, most of the time I don't say hi, I just watch. But when you go into a live and they talk about Grow Big TV and they're like, yeah, I really like that channel or something like that, it just makes you feel good because we worked so hard for this. So it just makes you feel good.
See, one thing you guys don't say is I'm a pain in the butt.
He's a big pain in the A.
I am a pain. Just because, Serena, I'm going to put your question up in a second. Just because my thoughts and plans are so far out there. And
well, this is okay. Joe goes above and beyond, and he reaches really, really big. And that's okay. It's great to reach big. It's just sometimes it's hard to reach that far. Like, I'm going to dislocate my arm. But
like you wouldn't believe some of the people I tried contacting. You guys will laugh. But I'm trying to get RFK on. Want to have somebody running for president on your channel.
That'd be awesome.
And I tell you what, guys, if you guys YouTube him, you will learn so much about the soil from this guy. He's all about the soil. He's all about getting rid of your GMOs and all other crap. He wants to really protect you. So if you guys want to follow somebody that's going to help protect you and your kids, that is actually RFK. So playing it right down the middle. And that might piss off people from both parties. But as I say, go give the guy a listen to. And thank you, Wanda, so much. So Serena has a question for us.
Ooh. Oops, go ahead. I was going to go to it and you go ahead.
Okay, there you go.
I plan on growing thornless blackberry bushes. What are soil requirements for it? I plan to grow them in a 25-gallon fabric pots. Okay. Joe may have a different thing than me. I don't like fabric pots. One reason is they leave your plants constantly starving for water.
Yep.
And it's okay if you have something underneath it. If you have a tray or something like that that catches the water, then that's fine. But fabric pots are just not my go-to. I just don't like them. And yes, they are really cheap. Like, you can buy like 30 of them for $15 or something. And yeah, they're really cheap, but you're going to have to water like twice a day in the hot heat in the middle of the summer. I don't know what the soil requirements are because here they grow everywhere. You don't need a soil requirement. If I have a ton, I have loganberries, I have fall raspberries, I have regular raspberries, I have all different kinds. I have blackberries, all at the end of my garden. And I don't feed them. I don't do anything with them. And they just reproduce on their own. They're the biggest pain in the butt. But they're so good. The berries are good. But I don't even worry about the soil requirements as much because it's going to thrive no matter what. Blackberries, all those things, they grow in the woods. They grow on the side of the road. So I wouldn't worry about that as much. What do you think, Joe?
I was just looking at grow up for a second, but I'm going to go on 1 second for a second. Grow up, that'd be awesome because I wanted to reach you out. I wanted Jane to come on the channel too. So we'll talk about that very, very soon. And Riverdale Gardens, welcome becoming a new member of the channel.
Thank you.
Bell, here's the bell.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, 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 dong.
More cowbell, please. What is that from? I can't. Oh, it's from band. I was in band. Yeah. And we always had that cowbell thing, especially when we played Lowrider. That was like one of our big things. We were a swing marching band, and we played lowrider, and that bell. So yeah, more cowbell, please.
Well, first, you want Serena, you want a fertile soil, right? So you got to make sure it's fertile no matter what. You don't want too much moisture, but you want to just be. You can't have a place where it's going to dry out, just like Corky was talking about, because you got to water it. You got to keep the moisture there. You got to make everything like I always say. You got to keep the moisture flowing. It has to go somewhere. So can't be stayed on top. It can't be dry. It can't be too wet. So you want to be fertile. Third thing is weeds. You can't have any weeds. Now, what I was talking with Kathleen Draper a little bit was if there's any way I can make a biochar mat where it has the moisture there, it keeps it in. At the same time, it's also a weed barrier. So maybe there might be something in the future like that where it could protect the plant and keep the moisture and not too over waterlogged. At the same time, there's no weeds. So hopefully that's something like that comes into any kind of plant like that. And maybe even tomato and pepper plants too. So maybe we should have thought about that ourselves and did it ourselves. It's not out yet. We have time. We could be millionaires, Corky.
Built on a Rock Homestead says she has a turkey bell. Now, I don't know what that means. I guess my male turkeys probably can do a bell around their neck. They are huge. So explain more. I want to know what a turkey bell is.
Okay, one second. I gotta look for it. It doesn't even show up on YouTube. One second. Bell ringing.
Oh, man, I was so stressed out earlier. Now I need a drink.
Nothing like having a beverage on a Thursday night.
Oh man, I was wigging. But I'm okay now.
Okay, let me play the cow. Let's go check out the cowbell first. Let's see what it says. Okay, let's see what it sounds like.
There we go. Yeah, I'll have a cup of chamomile. I gotta put my son to bed, and I might do that.
Today's green screen and sound effects.
Ooh.
What is this? There it is. Okay, what's the next one? This can't be it for Jay playing this for 5 minutes, is it? Nope, that's all he plays. Okay. How about okay, here we go. Nope. Oh. Fart. I was gonna put cow farts in it, but it doesn't come up. It could be off topic. But you got fart and goat.
You could pay for a streaming app
another commercial.
and a music app, or just get YouTube Premium for $30.
Okay, just for a little comedy. No way.
The ghosts are scared. They're like, what is that?
Yeah, you didn't see that? Did that come up on your end?
Yeah, it came up.
Oh, okay. Oh, geez. There's your bell, and there's a fart. Lord have mercy. Maritza's Yarn and Crafts, welcome in. Welcome in. I had to bring a little smile to somebody's face. I don't know whose face. Maybe I might be the only one smiling off of that, but
it was so funny, like that you mentioned that, Yeah, football games. Like back in the day, they used to use shredded paper too. And so we'd have cowbells and shredded, like somebody would bring a box of shredded paper.
Oh yeah. We had to cut them before school and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So like whenever we got a touchdown or or something like that, we'd throw the confetti. I'm sure the maintenance got really mad about picking that up.
Those are a pain in the butt to clean. Thank I played all the years and never had to clean them up. Yeah, I wonder who cleaned them up. There was like too much. That's nuts.
Yeah.
I love when they
After a
flew.
while, if it gets wet, then it probably just disintegrates. But
yeah, how many people I seen get like when I used to go scouting every Friday night. So our games were Saturday. I had to go scouting Friday night. So you're all the way up top, of the bleachers, and all of a sudden you see people throw them and swat right in somebody's face. Happen all the time. What did Danny have to say? Today I totally heard the bell, went running for a coffee and a biscuit.
Sorry, when you said biscuit, I thought you meant an actual biscuit, but you meant biscuit means cookie. Okay, we're good. I was like, I like biscuits. That's good. Spent coffee grounds are nearly pH neutral and pK. Yeah, I have my blueberry bushes. They're all underneath pine trees for the acidic soil.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have my raspberries like that, but you know what? My chickens are always underneath my raspberry bushes, like hiding out from like crows and whatever. So I think they get enough chicken poop. They get a lot of fertilizer.
And so Jan, this is pretty good because she's more of a nitrogen base with alfalfa pellets. So I can see them if you did that 2 years ago, they probably grow nice and green for you and healthy, and now they're, exploding for you. So I can see that.
I know Starbucks as well, but they put coffee grounds out automatically for people to take them. Yeah, I don't have a Starbucks that's near me. Maybe in the next town over, I have a Dunkin' Donuts. And I'm really weird about that because I don't know who else is getting coffee grounds too. So I might go there and they might not have any because I don't know. The coffee ground thing is really popular. So
yeah, if you guys want your coffee grounds, go to Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, or even your regular deli. Delis will be happy. I mean, you can get tons of eggs and coffee. You get everything there from eggs and coffee grounds at a deli.
I don't have any female ducks at the moment, but we don't eat duck eggs. So when we had an overabundant of duck eggs, we'd always put that in the garden because we just don't eat them.
So I was telling everybody that we might have a surprise guest next Tuesday. Somebody in Hot Pepperfield. So it's a very popular guy. Hopefully that works out. And then after that, the following Tuesday, we have Gary Pilarchek. And then we have Bevan Cohen from Small House Farm. So that's for the next Tuesdays.
Oh, I like Pinball. Such a nice guy. He helps me out when I first started White Family Farm. Has a video on using vinegar to extract calcium from eggshells. Interesting.
Well, Starbucks stopped giving out the coffee grounds. That's terrible. That's what Corky was saying there with these garden adventures. And Grow Up says McDonald's give coffee grounds too. There you go. That's a good idea. But who wants McDonald's coffee?
Not I. Oh my gosh, it's horrible, isn't it?
It's terrible. Try the mushroom coffee.
I want to try that so bad. I can't do the coffee part because I don't, but they have a matcha one that's like a matcha tea, and I totally want to try that. I'm all in for taking herbal like mushrooms and stuff like that for your brain and stomach and
So that's the Wickershire Project. And what did Danny just have to say? Oh, that's a shame. Where I am, we are very communal and share seeds, seedings, plants, and harvest. And Victory Star TV, welcome to the channel. Says, hi, Serena. How you doing? How's the family? Awesome. Thank you for everybody that shared out this live. Sharing is caring. That's the way I look at it. On our channels, we've been sharing as many channels and lives out. If you want your live shared out, just let me know, and like an hour before it, and I'll share it out for you. So I think it's very important, the community grows. Let me see, I had something else here.
yeah, I don't know why. I just don't I know my mom and my aunts and stuff, they just rave about McDonald's coffee. And I don't really like it. It's too bitter. And I don't like the fact that now they like do everything where they have to add the creamer in for you. And I rather just have just give me 5 or 6 creamers. I don't want you to put it in for me because it's never enough.
So Serena says Sam's Club has her plants mix and match 3 for $18.88. So anybody wants to buy them. So what do you enjoy most about gardening? And I'm going to ask everybody in the chat the same question. What do you enjoy most about gardening? For me, I love seeing plants grow. It's like a baby. You start off, there's your seed, and all of a sudden it starts to, whoa, it's popping up. It's so exciting. I love when plants start to grow. And then it's like, what can I do to it? That's what I really enjoy about gardening. And then it comes to being relaxed, getting the stress out, and all the benefits to it. But what I enjoy most is when they just starting to pop up and they're starting to grow. I get so much satisfaction just seeing that happen.
Yeah. I think I'm the same way, but I love a harvest. I love knowing that I grew that plant and I got a ton of something. And I get so excited. But I love just sitting in the garden and looking at everything, taking pictures of my flowers and just chilling out. That's my favorite part. I love a good day where it's beautiful out. I sit in the garden, I watch the bees. I do a lot of that where I just sit and I watch and see what comes in,
Shawnee Shave goes, sitting in the garden, looking at the growth, the nature interactions, the life.
Yep.
Jennifer Ocean Homestead, accomplishment of achieving something, and a food tastes so good. What a difference. Just like asparagus, guys. You'll love asparagus if you grow it in a garden. But it just takes it takes 3 to 4 years to start, because you got to grow from the fern and everything like that. So all energy goes underground. But man, what a difference. You get to just eat it right outside after you snap it. Just eat it. It is so good. You don't need to cook it. The colorful harvest. I mean, there's so many things. What a Gail Southern living. Watching them grow, hands in the dirt, and it's not stressful.
Yeah.
And it's the Marshmallow Man says, boom!
Boom! Hey, Lewis. I called Lewis the other day because he asked me how to take care of one of his cast iron pans. And I'm like, I can't text all this. So I just called him and said, just do it like this. Just do it like this, Lewis.
And one of the things too is I like to give. I love to give. I can't give money. So I give seeds and I give, vegetables away. I mean, just look at Uber rides, all the vegetables you give out in Uber rides. It's insane in the membrane. But I love to give money. I wish I could give out money, but there's no way that's ever going to happen in my life. So it's seeds and plants and vegetables. And LP goes, yes, Joe, I'm with you. I love to see them grow. Then the great satisfaction of
When
eating.
I have everything planted, not in the very beginning, because in the very beginning, everything's still baby plants. But when that you have that moment at the end of June when everything is like grown up and things are producing, and it's just like pure excitement. Like, it's just awesome, that feeling that you get.
It's
Hey,
important.
Big Will.
It's so important that we should know that. You know, what is your pride? It's a pride thing. Nobody shares what do they really, really enjoy. You know, and I think it's everybody's a little different.
Hearing the goat snore. That's funny.
Gardening make my legs sore, and my legs hurt. I know I'm ready for that this week. Gardening keeps me sane with 100%. 100% Jersey Twister. And exactly, Cindy. Therapeutic. And it keeps me in shape. I'm just thinking of the exercise, bending down, getting up, carrying things. I mean, we're in a world right now where nobody exercises like they used to, where they had to walk everywhere. So now everybody rides somewhere. My father used to walk to school 10 miles to walk to school. What kid today would walk to school 10 miles?
Yeah, no kid.
You know? Taste and variety. You know, all those heirloom seeds and heirloom tomatoes out there, right? Also different, exciting, new things. Now now it's so easy to go on the internet and, you know, here's 8,000 pepper plants you could buy. Which one you gonna grow?
Hey, Dave Knight, thanks for coming in.
Grow Big, are you aware of the single seed challenge by Black Gumbo Gardening? You might really enjoy. So I'm going to tell Gail Southern Living if she's still on, because she's the collab king, and she'll promote that there too. And yes, LP, I did hear that. Yes. There's Happy Mac sausage pizza in a spectacular way. It's a great way to get peace. I need to have a great thought and plans. And plan what you're doing, guys. I just wish I had more help in the garden.
Yeah. I'm lucky that my husband helps me with stuff. So I know the one year he had rotator cuff surgery and I had to do a lot on my own. It was scary. Very, very scary.
Okay, hold on. I just had to text somebody from my Sunday Fun Day show. So my Sunday Fun Day show, I have Wicked Awesome Gardening's coming on, and Nicole Smith Gardening looks like she's going to be on, and I'm going to have somebody else. And a couple weeks after, I'm looking to have Glyphosate Girl that you guys had on, that we had on our channel.
Yeah.
Her, Mountain Grandma, and we'll talk about that later, but that's in the works. I'm trying to work everything out here. But I'm looking forward to having Mountain Grandma back on too.
Big Will, it's been raining here nonstop. It was so weird today. It was warm, but it was raining, and it was like, ugh. Then I had to run after I had picked up my son from school, got off work, picked up my son from school. I had to run around and get stuff. I had to go to my bank. I had to get my son some Claritin because he has major allergies right now. And I've been running around and it's just like pouring rain. And this morning it was kind of nice. I'm like, oh, I can go around without a coat. No big deal. Wrong. Everywhere I went, if I had to get out of the car, I was soaked. That's why my hair is a fright today, because I was soaked. I was wet everywhere I went.
Let's see what Billy had to say. Ground to change pH soil. It takes alcohol, takes lime, Measure properly over square footage. This neutralizes the acids of nitrogen in the soil. Agriculture software does the opposite as it is. Yep. So Jersey Twist offset all of it. The looks, feel, smell, and taste. Enjoy all the blessings of the day. Yeah, the smell of the garden. My garden smells like a lot of basil.
Yeah.
I plant basil and marigolds between each tomato and pepper plant.
I don't think marigolds smell very good. I think they smell like death. So I usually have that in the garden. So that doesn't smell very nice. Although if you like run your hands through the herb bed, like I love the smell of lemon balm. Oh, just smells so clean and fresh and lemony. It smells like lemon pine sol or something. It's just so intense and it smells so good.
So I was following Jay Dixon today. So here we are in Gary Pilarchik's channel, and then we're in Matt Power's channel. It's like we're following each other back and forth. I'm like, yeah, that's what I do. I like to, I usually just listen to music all day. But now I'm either supporting channels or no matter what, I'm working. I wish I could really follow the chats. Yeah.
Grow up's laughing at me. Marigolds smell like death. Because they do. They smell like a rotting animal on the side of the road. They don't smell good. And I think there's a reason for that. Like it keeps the bugs and stuff away or whatever. But I know one year, okay, my husband laughs at me about this. One year I planted marigolds, but I thought they were the short ones when really they were the African ones and they got 3 foot high. They were so huge. And then I planted them in like precarious places because, I wanted them in between rows and stuff like that. I just had these huge marigolds like all over the garden and they smelled horrible. They smell like death. Ugh. But yeah.
That's too funny. It's hilarious. Yes, thanks. This will definitely keep them out. Now, this is funny. Both on a rock homestead. I love working in the garden and hearing a goat snoring in the paddock next door. So peaceful. Well, you know what? When I hear my wife snoring, that's definitely not peaceful. And if I snore, oh my God, I wake up the whole house.
Yeah, this year I made sure I got the Cracker Jack mix. I got a different one. My husband kind of also made fun of me. I got these gypsy ones. And he's like, make sure that those don't get huge. And I'm like, I'll make sure. And then I got some kind of French ones that are the dwarf ones that are real small. And those I can handle. Those are real small, no big deal. I'm not planning those huge African ones again. Like they were huge and they looked ridiculous. Like they were unreal. I could like literally peep through. I was like, hey, how you doing over there? Yeah, they stink, but they keep the bugs away. Yes. And don't give up on that, guys, because it is an organic way of planting. It's an organic way of doing in your garden. And so a lot of people plant them for like 1 year and they're like, oh, it didn't work. It didn't do anything. You have to keep doing it year after year in order to keep that barrier to keep, the bugs away. So don't give up on that. Just keep doing it year after year and it helps.
Yeah, and simply, Jen, I lose track in the garden all the time, too. I mean, before I'm out there and I'm like, what time is it? It's like, I try not to bring my phone usually dies when I'm out there. Because you got to videotape. You got to make a video sometime or another. And also, guys, if you have a chance, check out Broken Hearts Ministry. That's with Gail. It's a very special channel. It means a lot. So you go over there and you can follow the story. I'm not going to say it right here. But yeah, that channel means a lot to me. And there's Jay Dixon with the single seed challenge by Scott Head. Oh, wow. 1 second. I missed this. Okay. It should be over midday here, Corky. Missed it.
Okay, hold on. Jay Dixon. Gypsy marigolds grow up to 12 inches and small flower heads. Oh, I planted those. So now I got to be careful where I got the gypsy because I like everything gypsy. So I was like, oh, gypsy marigolds. I didn't really pay attention to the height. I just grabbed a hold of it because I like that. So I'll remember that and plant them like in the back somewhere where they're not in the aisleways and everywhere else. Thank you for telling me that.
You know, it's funny. You probably felt like you barely got on today so far. It's almost 2 hours.
I'm so sorry. I just had such issues. It was ridiculous. It was driving me crazy. Finally got on. I got you in this one. I grew 12-foot sunflowers last year. I'm always rushing to cook supper for the boss because I'm lost in time. Aw.
So I got a question for you guys in the chat. What's your most difficult challenge outside in the garden during the years? Every year there's like you have a big challenge. What's something that always comes back? So for me, one is putting my fence up with the deer. That's number one. And second thing is what happens if it rains every single weekend?
Yeah.
Right. Like last year, my garden time is mainly the weekend. What happens if you're having downpours, thunder, lightning, constantly? You're like, oh, I'll just save it for the next day. Then all of a sudden, weeds come and all this other stuff because you missed that time out in the garden. So that's my two biggest challenges is your weekend weather, something so basic, right? And the fence to keep deer out. What else is everybody else? What's
the
everybody?
Weather, I'm not so worried about because I will plant stuff in the rain. If it needs to go in the ground, I'm working outside no matter what. And if it's summertime and it's raining a little bit, not a big deal. Now, if it's winter and it's raining, I'm out there freezing to death. That's a different story. But in the summer and it's raining a little bit, I'm out there. No big deal. One thing that's a pain in the butt when it constantly rains when you're an organic gardener, so you have to constantly keep stuff sprayed. Constantly, because it washes off. Most of the time, like if it rains like 3 days, because it's Ohio, we get rain constantly. If it rains a lot, I just let it go for a while. And the bugs wreak havoc, but there's nothing I can do about it because even if I sprayed like, clay or whatever, garlic, whatever I'm putting on the garden, it's just going to wash right off.
When we start doing the cover crops and all that stuff, what I learned today, this is in Matt Powers. He had Ray Archuleta on, right? And he goes, if you start using cover crops, you got to go all in with the cover crops. You better educate yourself just like your growing season, just like you do in the winter with your cover crops. You go all in. If you're not going to be all in on cover crops, do not use it.
Okay.
So I'm like, wow, that's pretty good advice right there.
Yeah.
Because that's your soil. That's your health of your soil. Don't go half-ass. Go all in and do it right. And that was pretty.
Bye, grow up. Thank you for coming in.
So Built on a Rock Homestead says biting ants. So with ants, the best thing I ever seen was borax and sugar mix. I just put a pile there, let the ants come to it and go back to their nest, and hopefully take some borax and explodes in their nest. So that works with some kind of ants for me, carpenter ants. But some ants are good for you too. So don't, you got to make sure which ones. But if biting ants Maybe that's something you could try.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
lucky that we don't have that here.
kill it and grill it. I like that name. Kill it and grill it. I tell you what, Uncle Al would love that name. That's Die Bullfrog 79. Kill it and grill it. He loves possum, by the way. Uncle Al. Any kind of roadkill. Slugs. Oh, there's
Big Will, you're not half-ass. He said, literally saying, my saying is, I'm all A or no A. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't do half.
Yeah, hurricane season has to be kind of crazy, right? I know living on the Jersey Shore, we got to watch out for the nor'easters that come up later, and hopefully we're not that bad, but North Carolina is south. I mean, that has to be kind of crazy every single year because that's your growing season. Your tomatoes are 6 feet tall. They're all huge. Everything's going to turn red. Oh, there's a hurricane coming. You got to make sure those are tied up. Then again, they're going to snap, and then once they fall, the tomatoes are pretty much useless. It's just a huge mess because you get that whole big tomato. How do you keep it back up? And they're so heavy. Oh yeah, Gale had a huge hailstorm the other day. And what I learned about hail, Gardner Scott, he tries to protect because he has a lot of hail in Colorado. So he made this bed that helps with if it hails, he's prepared for it. So it's all covered. So with Gail, she had some huge storm the last couple of years, just like everybody else. But so maybe that's something you have to look into is how you could shelter your plants when there's a huge storm coming.
Yeah. You know what I also do in the spring as well? When I'm getting tomato plants, I save the suckers. Like we'll put them in a jar and save them. So if something happens, like there's something going on out, we get hail and it like devastates our tomato plants or there's something going on out there, then I can replant. I have the suckers, they have the roots, they're ready to go.
So Wanda Moses with their keeping the garden water when I have to go home to help my mama. So try your drips. If you could figure out a drip system that's on a timer.
Yeah, I want drip irrigation so bad. That'd be so awesome.
And this is something that Corky and I have been trying to focus on a little bit is people gardening with disabilities. So, how can we make it easier for everybody? It has to be a better plan implemented everywhere. Because you should not have to just buy store stuff with all those poisons. You're trying to keep on growing. As we get older, you need good nutrition. Not the nutrition you're getting from the stores is not the same with each vegetable. So yeah, that's that's very hard, Jay.
I don't know what you mean row cover. If you have like those frost blankets, yes, a sheet will work too. If you have extra sheets laying around the house, those will work too. I know one year we had just planted everything and we were so lucky we had exactly like 30 or 40 buckets. So we just took those buckets and put them over every single tomato plant because they weren't big yet, So that works too.
So Ginger Ninja, keeping the cats and squirrels out of my garden is a challenge. Biggest is the little yellow fuzzy squash vine borers. There's Matt Powers. And guys, you guys want to keep on learning about the soil, not just what we talk about here. Go follow Matt Powers. It's all over YouTube. A lot of stuff he discusses, and you'll find some interesting things in there. That's for sure.
Yeah, I hand water every night too. It's such a pain in the butt. I wish I had drip irrigation. I just can't afford it right now, but that's something definitely I'm getting in the future. There's just so much now for me to water. It's like crazy. So I usually take a hose and that helps. But for the most part, I'm hand watering everything.
And guys, if you have a lot of weeds, I recommend using cardboard because the worms love cardboard. So if you're covering it, if you have cover, get cover, right? Ground's not made to be bare. If it does, it dries up, and you don't want that. So if you cover it with cardboard, it really does help out. The only thing bad I can say with cardboard is once in a blue moon in a certain section, somewheres in a garden, you might get bees that might hide under there. Now, if you have enough moisture, you should not have that problem. And if you see bees coming down to the ground, just pay attention. But you should not have a problem too much with cardboard. In all my years, I had one bee's nest that went in there. Jersey Twister. I saw slugs all winter. They never died. Time I'll go have a drink with them, Jersey Twister. Share your beer. Share a beverage. They'll love you for it.
If your slugs are not on a plant, you can pour a little table salt on them. It kills them instantly.
So Grow Up says, love the chat. Good night, all. It's 3 a.m. there. It's definitely sleep time for me. Good night, Danny. So thank you so much for coming by. I'm happy you enjoyed the chat.
Honestly, Simply Jim, I have used that before on my stuff. It's fine. You have to keep it puffed up. Make sure it's not laying on your plants. I just took some twigs that I found, and then I put it in the garden and then just laid it over that, and then make sure, there's some rocks or something holding it down so it doesn't blow away. But yeah, I have used that before and it turned out okay. I didn't have any frost damage.
So Riverdale Gardens, he transplanted 30 plants out today in the rain. Got to do what you got to do if you could only time to do it. My problem is when the weeds are out there and I don't want to go outside when it's pouring. I'm tired as it is. I don't want to be drained out in the rain. But it is what it is. Put your tongue out and get some water. Oh, there we go. That's Jay Dixon with what Matt Powers live was today. And Elaine Ingram just had a live 2 days ago. And I missed that because I had to take my son for some things. I'm not going to talk about that. There we go. Built on a rock homestead. Biting ants and fire ants. Ignore borax. Does absolutely nothing.
Another thing that helps with frost, too, is if you water the night before and you soak your plants a little bit, it helps. The water doesn't then freeze your plants. It only freezes the water particles and they fall off the plant. So
I built on a rock homestead. When I do the borax, I leave it plain. I do not wet it because that really does nothing. So I don't know if you use nothing besides sugar and borax and just put a pile. Usually it takes 3 days. Let me see. Anybody else? Any other questions you see, Quirky?
Mm-mm. Fire ants. Nope, I don't see anything. I always have a designated salt shaker for the purpose of dealing with slugs. Yeah, that works. I've never done the beer traps before. Honestly, I don't have a whole lot of slug issues. In the more humid areas, I imagine you would. But yeah, I don't have a lot of slugs. But I heard beer traps work really good too.
Yeah, last year with the smoke and the rain, it was crazy. That smoke was nuts. What a sky that was in New Jersey.
It stunned all my plants. It really did. It got to the point where I didn't even know if I was going to have a garden because things were literally 2 or 3 weeks behind. It's crazy.
We might have to do a live on slugs, or a portion of a live, because there's some things out there. There was an article, man, I wish I remembered it. I started following a slug thing that was a written by a college professor today somewhere, and how to get rid of slugs in a garden. I got to find it again. Maybe I printed it off and I didn't even know it. A lot of times at work, I just print stuff when I see it.
Whiskey for my men, beer for my slug traps. That's hilarious. I love it. And actually, that'd be a really funny name for a channel.
That's funny. That's hilarious. I love it. I love it. Yeah, the good thing about hand watering is you get to see what's with each and every single plant. Will row cover keep your tomatoes from frost if the temperature drops? A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Little bit. It's definitely better than nothing. And if you are getting a freeze, what are your plants, by the way? What did there's Big Will Dog. When my kids say they started to do something and took a break, I tell them, well, it sounds like you failed twice. There's Billy. Copper wire around belts are trailed up at the base of the plants.
Well, that's my problem is I held off planting, but throughout the May last year, I still had, up until the 16th, I still had frost warnings after the frost date. So just be careful. This year, we're not messing around. We're waiting till way past that date to plant anything.
See, I can see Billy with this answer. I can see Billy growing up putting his tongue to, when it was like freezing outside, and putting his tongue to the pole. Could you see Billy doing that? I'm going to put my tongue to the pole. Oh, we got a Serena joke because we're at the end of the night. Grow Big TV, what is the worst weather for rats and mice? Raining cats and dogs. And Serena, perfect time for a joke. Thank you. That was a good time. Good timing, Serena. Good time. So that was Serena's joke of the day. And Jay Dixon with the squash vine boars. So go check out that link. We're going to end the live in a minute. So Gail got I planted my first giant pumpkin today. Seeds are from Heavenly Hills Homestead. Heavenly Hills Homestead is a big giant grower, especially like pumpkins and things. So she got one of the big seeds. So she's going to, Gail, I'd love to see you weigh it.
That is so funny. She thinks my chaps are sexy in the tune of she thinks my tractor's sexy. That is hilarious. You're being so funny, Ginger. I love that. That's hilarious.
I use pine mulch for weeds. Well, it also helps with the microbes in the garden. And grazin is a herbicide, kills anything that's not a grass. I don't like using any of that. I'm telling you guys, cover crops. Learn about cover crops. Oh, there's 55 people in the chat. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
Yes, thank you so much. And I'm sorry I was late, guys. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Ah, that's pretty cool. Thank you, Bolt on a Rock Homestead. That is good to know. I didn't even know that. Thank you. Biting ants eat protein, not sugar. Interesting.
Put a little hamburger down.
And swap. I got a gnat in here. My first one.
Dude, Jay, my lips are so chapped. You can't see it right now, but I have a giant split right down the center of my lip. I woke up this morning, it looked like I had a fat lip. I was like, where did this come from? It hurts so bad.
And Built on a Rock Homestead, I'm going to research that a little bit, okay? And see if I can come up with something to help you out. And Ask Me Anything, but that's Elaine Ingram. That's who I was telling you about. So check out that live. It was ask any kind of question to Elaine. She's the queen of compost. And what a story we had about her the other day. How she got fired from her job originally. And that was pretty crazy. All these little things that you don't find anywhere. You
Yeah,
can find it
I
on
didn't know,
Perfect
I didn't know
TV.
that about her.
Okay, let's see what else we got before we gonna end the live.
Rick, by the way, thank you so much for commenting on Wide Family Farm. You're so awesome. I try to respond as fast as I can, so you're awesome. Thank you so much.
Serena has a lot of clover growing in her backyard to attract bees. Right now, I tell you what, I have so many bumblebees out there right now.
Yeah,
Tons of
I've been
bumblebees.
seeing bumblebees a lot.
Simply Jan said this is a great live stream. Thanks for the advice. Yeah, something a little different. We want to focus on interviews on Tuesdays, and Thursday do a mix and match where we talk to you guys a little more. Because when we have these interviews, we really don't have a time to talk. You know, we don't have a time to promote. We don't have a time to basically it's an interview, and hopefully you guys are really into the interview, just like as much as we are.
It's just really important that we have that connection with you guys too. Like, you know, I don't want you to be thinking like all we do is interviews and you know, we're not like that. We want to talk to everybody. We want to bring everybody into Grow Big TV.
And when we started off, we wanted the advanced gardener to the person that never gardened before, so we could help them about and everybody come together as one. So,
wait, hold on. You got Bell's palsy? You did or me? I didn't. I'm confused, Rick. Elaborate. If you did, I'm sorry you got that. Hopefully you get over it soon. That's horrible.
I'm sorry, Rick. I had no idea. And Simply Jan goes, I plan to grow very big this year. So to recap, guys, thank you for our new members. Again, membership start at $2.99 with the biochar club, $4.99 with the boom. Grow Big is $9.99, and Master Garden $19.99. If you wanted to pay by PayPal or Venmo and do a whole year or any kind of other venue, you could do that. Thank you for our members, Jersey Twister, Wanda Moses, Shawnee Shave, It's the Marshmallow Man, Jay Dixon, Built on a Rock Homestead, Simply Jan Homestead, Ginger Ninja, Serena Norell, and Campan Family Compound. We got something new to the channel. Each week will be Inside the Microscope with Everest Holmes, and I hope you guys like that. Our next Tuesday's interview will be hopefully a hot interview on next Tuesday, followed by Gary Pilarchak and Bevan Cohen from Small House Farm. And yeah, a lot of good stuff going on after that. I guess we want to talk a little bit more, getting back to the soil. And we plan to have some very special people on in the month of May. And not saying these people aren't. I mean, geez. Bevan Cohen, guys, and Gary Pilarchak. Boom, boom. Where's the marshmallow?
Mike, I definitely want to see Billy's big melons too. So make sure you share, Billy.
And Billy has more than two. What the heck's going on with that? These giant melons. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for coming and supporting us every kind of way. Rick said body week after heart surgery.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I hope you get over it soon. Usually it's not, it's just temporary. So hopefully you get over it soon and everything goes back to normal. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Rick. Keep chopping, buddy. All right. So for my channel, we go live on Sunday, 7 o'clock to 9. We have Nicole Smith Gardening and Awesome Wicked Gardening on, and another channel I'm not sure about. Anything going on at Wide Family Farm, Quirky?
No, I've just check me out during the day. During the week, Monday through Friday, or Monday through Thursday, actually, because I've been going live from my car for like an hour before I have to pick up my son. So I've been.
What time is that?
It's usually between like 1:30 and 2:30. So check me out then. You can ask me anything, and so. And I also have a new video out. You can check that out too. It's about planting tomatoes. That's pretty much it.
And I'll have a couple of videos, probably going out in Garden State Garden there. One on Grow Big TV. One will be how to grow lettuce in a bag of soil. One probably do something with the container, and something out in the garden. So I'll try to put some videos out on that. And guys, check out, I'm telling you, those growing contests, enter. You only have until the end of the month to enter.
Yep.
And then it's all cut off. So, and there's not many people that entered, especially the Peter Pepper Challenge. And the zucchini, I can't believe not many people signed up for the zucchini.
Yeah.
And that's one of the easiest contests to enter.
Yep.
So, okay, guys, everybody have a good night. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you. And we'll talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.
Have a good night.